ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। कृष्ण दामोदर वासुदेवाय। कृष्ण दामोदर वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। अच्युत केशव वासुदेवाय। अच्युत केशव वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। वासुदेवाय वासुदेवाय। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। Shloka number 39. I will chant, you can repeat. अथ चतुर्थोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच श्रद्धावान् लभते ज्ञानम् तत्परः संयतेन्द्रियः। ज्ञानं लब्ध्वा परां शान्तिम् अचिरेणाधिगच्छति। अग्नश्च श्रद्धधानश्च संशयात्मा विनश्यति। नायं लोकोऽस्ति न परः न सुखं संशयात्मनः। योगसन्न्यस्तकर्माणम् ज्ञानसञ्छिन्न संशयम् आत्मवन्तं न कर्माणि निबध्नन्ति धनञ्जय तस्मादज्ञानसम्भूतम् हृस्थं ज्ञानासिनात्मनः चित्वैनं संशयं योगम् आतिष्ठोतिष्ठ भारत. So Bhagavan talked about the sadhanas, the means, the preparatory means for attaining this self-knowledge. And he highlighted mainly the three sadhanas. Shraddha means the sense of validity in Shastra and the teacher. Tatparata, commitment to the pursuit of knowledge, pursuit of freedom. And third, the mastery over the organs, which includes the mastery over the mind. And then Bhagavan emphasized the Shraddha aspect more. Because if Shraddha is not there and person has got doubting nature, then he will not have Sukham here, hereafter, and no question of moksha. And therefore Shraddha is very important. Doubting nature is very harmful even for relative happiness. Worldly happiness also, some type of trust should be there. Person has to trust in his children, spouse, near and dear ones. Otherwise, if person is having the doubting nature all the time, then he cannot enjoy even worldly happiness. And therefore, Shraddha, not having doubts, is important. Yes, when we are understanding and something we don't understand, then if we have a doubt, we should raise doubt. Doubt is not a crime. Doubt is not an offense. So we need not feel bad about having doubts. But when there is no reason for doubt, simply we project situation and we imagine the wrong intention in others, wrong intention in Shastra, that is not healthy. If there is a reason to doubt, you doubt. It is intelligent. If there is no reason to doubt, still you doubt, then you are suspicious. And that's being suspicious. That is to be avoided, even for worldly happiness, much less more for this moksha. Then Bhagavan's 41st and 42nd, he concluded this chapter by saying, a person who has got this wisdom through Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasanam, to that person karmas do not bind. He becomes free, he or she becomes free when he is alive and even after the fall of the body. And then in the last shloka Bhagavan said, may you have this clarity of the pursuit of knowledge. By knowing this fully well, that Atma is not to be made free. Atma is already free. Then why I am feeling bound? Because you do not know what your true nature is. In fact, you have a wrong understanding about what you are. And therefore, for freedom, Atma is not really to be released from some real bondage. We need to remove the ignorance and ignorance-born wrong conclusions. And that wrong conclusions about oneself can be removed by knowledge, and knowledge is possible only when we have got Chitta Shuddhi, purity of the mind. Purity of the mind will come when Karma Yoga is there. And therefore Arjuna, right now, what is to be done? Uttishtha Atishtha Yogam. May you get up and resort to Karma Yoga. So from this one thing we understand, that we need to have clarity of the entire pursuit. That finally moksha is by Jnanam only. But that Jnanam is possible when I have purity, preparedness of the mind, which is possible by Karma Yoga. And therefore, whatever step I am fit for, I should do it. Not whatever is the last step that I should follow. Whatever is suitable based on my present condition, that I should follow. Some people have value for only doing the highest one. They will say, I will, when person goes to gym and he said, I will lift 50 kg, direct first day itself, that is not good. Start with 10 kg, 12 kg and then increase. If first day you try to lift 50 kg, then this physical injury will be there. And therefore, always grow gradually. The pursuit of growth is not revolutionary, it is evolutionary. You evolve. And it takes time. Good things take time. Impatience doesn't work. If you want some flower and now it is bud, and suppose you say you try to open it and to make it flower, it doesn't work most of the time. Yeah, if it is already mature like lotus etc., it is okay. But generally if you try to open, you will not be able to get big flower. You have to allow the natural process to happen. Don't hurry up in the process. Hurrying up in the process spoils the process. And therefore, take the step which is suitable for you based on your present condition. Many people like, Swamiji, I like the highest only. Highest is not possible. Like this great musician, when he went to visit some music school, and students asked, he said, what type of the music we should practice? He said, you start with some simple notes. Then one student said, why not starting with symphony? You started like that. Then the person said, that musician, he said, I did not go to ask anybody. I was given the talent, therefore I could start with symphony, the complicated raga. Whereas generally people require to start with sa, re, ga, ma, that is required. And that also doesn't come for some people. So we have to have this objective evaluation about ourselves. And if we cannot have objective evaluation of ourselves, take the help of some guide. Like we have got a compatibility test is there. For education, compatibility. Now what they call it? Aptitude test. So aptitude. So you have to know what you are suitable for. Right away you go for something highest, you may fall short. And therefore Bhagavan says, Arjuna, right now your situation is that even though Jnanam alone is going to give moksha, but right now you are suitable for Karma Yoga. Therefore, Karma Yogam Atishtha. And Karma Yoga you cannot do lying in the bed or lying on your chariot. Uttishta, you get up. Uttishta, He Bharata. So with this, the fourth chapter is concluded. We will read the Pushpika. The concluding part of the chapter in Sanskrit is called Pushpika. English it is called colophon. So this colophon we will read. Om Tat Sat Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yogo Nama Chaturthodhyayah. Om Tat Sat. These are the three names of the Lord. Later Bhagavan is going to say Om Tat Saditi Nirdeshaha Brahmanas Trividas Prataha. So in the 17th chapter Bhagavan is going to talk about it, that Om, Tat and Sat, these are the three names of the Lord. And at the end of any action, if we say Om Tat Sat, then some small minor mistakes we have done, they will be made up. So it's nice. Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanam Astu. That is how we should say after every action. Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanam Astu. That's a very good habit. If we don't have that attitude, we need to do it deliberately and loudly. Once you have that attitude, then you don't have to do it. But till that attitude comes, it's nice. After everything is over, Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanam Astu. So here, Om Tat Sat, these three words are chanted to remember the Lord, to make up for any mistakes done. Iti means thus ends Chaturtha Adhyaya, the fourth chapter. And where is this fourth chapter? Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su, in Bhagavad Gita, which is equivalent to Upanishad, which is dealing with the topic of Brahma Vidya, the knowledge of Brahman, knowledge of ultimate reality. Yoga Shastra, it is the scripture dealing with the preparatory means Yoga Shastra. And this Bhagavad Gita is Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvada, it is in the form of a dialogue. In that Bhagavad Gita, the fourth chapter is concluded. And what is the name? Nama means named as, called Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Here yoga means topic. It is the chapter for which the topic is sannyasa, renunciation of karma, action. Jnana means through knowledge. So Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga means the chapter for which yoga, the topic is the renunciation of action through knowledge. So by knowing that I am a karta, you become free from karma. That is called Jnana Karma Sannyasa. And that is the main topic of this chapter. Therefore this chapter is named as Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. So with this, the fourth chapter is completed. Before we go to the fifth chapter, we will see the summary of this chapter. This chapter has got 42 verses. The first 3 verses are glorifying the teaching Bhagavan has given in the second chapter and third chapter by describing the parampara. Imam vivasvate yogam bhak proktavanaham abhyayam vivasvan manave praha manurikshvakave bravit evam parampara praptam. So this knowledge is not newly discovered knowledge. This knowledge is very ancient. This is the knowledge which I had given to Surya Devata in the beginning of creation. And then it has been passed on. It has been handed down to the son or the disciple. So thus this knowledge is time-tested ancient knowledge. In this manner he glorified the knowledge, then teaching. Then second topic is 4 to 8, that avatara, the incarnation of Bhagavan is talked about. Because Arjuna asked this question, that how come you, Krishna, taught this knowledge to Surya Devata? Because you were born some 85 years ago or 80 years ago, and Surya Devata in the beginning of creation some millions of years ago. And therefore, how you taught this Vidya? So while giving the answer to this question, Bhagavan said, hey Arjuna, you and me are born several times, manifested several times. Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tava Arjuna. Your janma, my janma, many have gone past by. Only difference is I know all of them, you don't know. Aham Veda and you do not know. Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tava Arjuna. Tanyaham Veda sarvani natvam vetha parantapa. You do not know. And in that context, Bhagavan talked about the topic of avatara. Avatara is a very special aspect of Vedantic or our Vedic culture. The difference between the incarnation they talk about in other religion and our religion is this. Because people, they also talk about it. There, the messenger of the Lord comes. The Son of God comes. The messenger of Lord comes. Whereas we say, Bhagavan himself incarnates. Not that he sends, okay, my son, you go and take care of problem. He himself incarnates. So one Akbar, he made fun of this. He said, your Bhagwan is so, unintelligent that he himself had to come for this. Why not see in our religion, he sends messenger, and your Bhagwan himself has to come. See, like a person who is a high position person, he will not do small thing. He will not go and give the letter to the clerk and all. Or if some problem is there, he himself will not go. He will send some, his subordinate. So Akbar said this, what is this? Your Bhagwan is, it just comes like that. Our Bhagwan doesn't come. They don't have the incarnation of God himself. Then Birbal said, okay. He said, our Bhagwan, he loves us so much. Therefore he comes. So Akbar Bad says, I don't believe all this. Then one day Birbal created a scene where the son of the emperor was being attacked by some animal, tiger or something. And at that time, Akbar himself jumped to save the son from the tiger. Then immediately that scene was removed. Then he said, why did you do this? I was so much tensed. I got so much stressed. Why did you do this? Birbal said, to convey that why Bhagwan comes. See, when you were standing here, by your side so many soldiers were there, so many commanders were there. You could have instructed any one of them to save your son. You did not do that. You yourself jumped or not? Even though you could have told one of your army members, why did you do that? Because you love your son. You did not depend upon anybody else. Similarly, our Bhagwan is like this. Our Bhagwan loves us so much that he himself comes. That's what Birbal gave the answer. Anyway, so Bhagwan himself comes and he incarnates. And Bhagwan presented the topic of Avatara, highlighting the three differences between the incarnation of the Lord and the birth of ignorant Jiva. What is the difference? First difference is the Hetu. The cause for the birth of Jiva is his Punya Papa. Why you are born here? Because you had some Punya Papa to exhaust. Whereas Ishvara doesn't have his own Punya Papa to exhaust. It is not that Rama Avatara, he did something, therefore he had to suffer in Krishna Avatara, or not like that. He doesn't have Punya Papa as the cause for Avatara. Then what causes Avatara? It is the prayers of the devotees. Or we can say Samashti Punyam, the Punyam of the totality, that brings Bhagwan. So Hetu, the cause for Avatara, is the prayers of the devotees. The cause for the Jiva Janma is Punya Papa. So that is first difference. Secondly, the Swarupa. The Avatara of Ishvara is not fraught with ignorance. Means when Ishvara takes avatar of Rama, Krishna, whatever, that time he doesn't come under the spell of Maya. Whereas Jiva, when he is born, he remains in the spell of Maya. Therefore, there is nice bhajan in that it is nicely said, मैं हूँ संसार के हाथों में, संसार तुम्हारे हाथों में, मुझ में तुझ में बस भेद यही. So Jiva is telling that Bhagavan, this is the difference. I am in the hands of samsara, Maya, whereas Maya is in your hand. That's the difference. It's like a president. He is also accompanied by the police, but police are under the control of president. Whereas the prisoner is also accompanied by police, but this prisoner, that the person is controlled by the police. So Bhagavan is not coming under the spell of Maya when he takes avatara. And another technical difference is the body for a jiva is born of the 5 elements, the Sthula Mahabhutas. Whereas Bhagavan's body is directly coming from Maya. Like a designer wear, no? So special body he orders to Maya and it is designed. So that is the second difference. Third difference is the Prayojanam. The purpose of Ishvara's avatara is to protect the dharma, establishing dharma, destroying adharma. Whereas for Jiva, the purpose, if at all we can say, is to get some bhoga. Certain bhogas he wants, and therefore Jiva is born again and again. Whereas Ishvara doesn't have anything that he is getting bored in Vaikuntha and therefore he comes to Bhuloka. It is not like that. So he comes for establishing dharma. So this topic was discussed from 4th to 8th shloka. Then 9 to 15th shloka, the knowledge of avatara leading to moksha. If you understand avatara of the Lord properly with all nuances, then you can become free from bondage by applying the principles of avatara in your life appropriately. So that was talked about in 9 to 15. Then 16 to 24 shloka, Bhagavan talked about Jnana Karma Sannyasa, the main topic. How you can be free from action by your wisdom. So wisdom based renunciation was talked about. 16 to 24. And then Bhagavan glorified this Jnanam from the 25th to 34th shloka by comparing it with all other sadhanas. All other sadhanas are preparatory sadhana, this is the main sadhana. Thus he glorified. And then 35 to 37, he talked about the result of Jnana. What is the result of Jnanam? One is Sarvatma Bhava. You will not have this limited sense of individuality. I am here, I am a small person, I am victimized. Generally, Jiva has got this thinking. What? I am victim, the word is victimizer. Swamiji, everybody harasses me. Wherever I go, people create problem for me. That is a Jiva's mentality, ignorant Jiva's mentality. Swamiji, everybody is out to finish me. Even Swamiji, these mosquitoes, they come to me only. All out of all people, they come to me only. Whenever I go to railway station and when I am late, train is on time. And when I go on time, train is 3 hours late. What is this? So people have this feeling that I am victimized, I am unlucky, I am a very small person. Which Swamiji used to say nicely. He said, if you want to call Devadatta, what do you say? Hey Devadatta. 5-6 people are standing. You say, oh Devadatta. So Devadatta will come. If you say Ramu, so Ramu will come. But if you say idiot, all will come. Means what? Everybody thinks that I am idiot. So if you say idiot, so all will come. Why? Because there is some sense that I am not up to the mark. And that goes away when you understand yourself to be what really you are. That the Jnanam makes you free from that sense of individuality. Because you understand that you are all. You are manifesting in the form of all. All are not separate from you. That sense of smallness goes away. Second benefit Bhagavan talked about is Moha Nivrutti, the state of conflict and confusion. Some people are always confused, always having conflict. What to do? This is right, that is right. That is, I should have done that, I should not have done this. After married life of 30 years, person said, I should have married that person. The 30 years already over. Still the person thinks, I should have married that person. Swamiji वो आया था लेकिन वो कैसे हो गया something happened. That type of regrets, conflict, confusions, you become free from that. Why in life so many confusions are there? Some people, Swamiji, I can't decide. There are some people who have the problem of decision. They can't make decision. By the time they arrive at the decision, the situation is gone. This bus will I go or that bus I will go. Thinking, both the buses go away. This is cheaper, this is faster. Which one should I go? Faster I go, but it is very expensive. Cheaper I go, but very slow. You keep on deciding, both the buses go away. That type of situation happens. Why this type of thing is there? Because you have fear of failure. You have fear that if I take a wrong decision by chance, then I will be failed. People will criticize me. And I myself will not be able to look up to me. So that fear of failure makes you down, makes you remain confused. Then what is the healthy attitude? Yes, you should think about the situation to make a decision. It is not that you should be impulsive. In the name of spontaneous, you should not be impulsive. But there is sufficient time you have given based on the data available, then you decide. And sometimes your data were insufficient, or your evaluation of data was insufficient or was improper. So you may go wrong. But you keep on postponing to decide, then you cannot grow. So wise person is the one who is free from conflict. What is to be done? Done. It might be empirically, sometimes it may not succeed, doesn't matter. Something to be done, you do it. So wise person becomes free from confused state. And the third benefit of karma is, the third benefit of knowledge is, it makes you free from the bondage of action. Punyam and papam, they bind you by keeping you in samsara. You have to be born again and again. And not only born, it is not something, I don't mind being born. But being born, there will be so much dukkha, conflicts, and in between some sukha. And that type of samsara chakra continues because of karma. Whereas the wisdom makes you free from that karma. So these are the three benefits Bhagavan talked about. Then from the 38 to 42, Bhagavan talked about the sadhanani and conclusion. He talks about the sadhana. Just now we saw Shraddha, the trust in the validity of Shastra and teacher, and then Tatparata, commitment, and third is the mastery over the organs. And he highlighted this sadhana and then concluded this chapter by highlighting the result of this jnanam once again and telling Arjuna what is to be done. Right now, what is to be done? See, some people keep on thinking about the overall plan. Overall plan you should have, but you keep on thinking about plan only. That Swamiji, this 35 year I will do this, 40 year I will do, 45 I do. Alright, it's a very good thing. Plan, but you keep on spending time on planning, then when are you going to live? Live your life. So live your life. Plan you do, but don't remain busy, obsessed with plan only. And what you choose to do should be in keeping with your capacity. Some people over enthusiastically they choose and they may not get enough success, and therefore appropriately you choose and lead your life. That is the message given in the last shloka 42. So with this, the fourth chapter is concluded. Now we enter into the fifth chapter. We read the first shloka. Atha panchamodhyayah. Arjuna uvacha. Sannyasam karmanam Krishna. Punaryogam cha shamsasi. Yachreya etayorekam. Tanme bruhi sunishchitam. So now, Atha, after the fourth chapter, now the fifth chapter is started. And the fifth chapter starts with Arjuna's question. From this we learn one thing, that in our tradition, asking question is not discouraged or not criticized. We allow the person to ask questions. So nothing wrong in asking questions. But questions should be for knowing the truth, not for dismissing the teacher or dismissing the Shastra. Your intention is important. Questioning, making question, asking questions is not wrong. But if your intention is to dismiss Shastra or the teacher, then it is inappropriate. But Arjuna doesn't have that. So, after listening to Bhagavan's teaching, he was waiting. And Bhagavan must have given a pause, and therefore Arjuna asked this question. Arjuna Vacha. And what is the question he is asking? He says, Bhagavan, you are talking about sannyasa, renunciation of action, and you are also talking about performing the action, karma yoga. And the sannyasa and this karma yoga both cannot be done together. Sannyasa is a nivritti marga. It is the path characterized by, or the lifestyle characterized by withdrawal from the activities, only focusing on the pursuit of knowledge. Whereas karma yoga means doing duties, all duties, panchamaha yajnas, contribution to the society, country, family. So it is a life of contribution which involves lot of activity. So karma yoga involves lot of activities, and sannyasa is withdrawal from the activities and only commitment to knowledge. So Bhagavan, you seem to be talking about both. You are glorifying sannyasa, and to me again you say yoga matishta, you karma yoga you follow. So I am confused. It is something like somebody, some doctor tells you have fasting. But no, you can have some roti sabji and all this. You can have this rice 2-3 times you can have. So you may get confused. You said upvasa or eating. And so Arjuna is feeling confused, and therefore he asked the question. And earlier question was asked by Arjuna in 3rd chapter. That time his question was, Jnanam is better or karma is better? Knowledge is better or action is better? So there he had asked the question regarding knowledge and action as a sadhana for moksha. And that Bhagavan clarified well. And saying that there is no option available in sadhana, Jnanam alone is the means. For Jnanam to be effective, one has to be prepared, and for that karma yoga is required. So karma yoga and jnana yoga are not two options for moksha, but we have options with regard to the lifestyles. You can have the lifestyle full of the activities, or you can have lifestyle characterized by withdrawal from the activities, but not mere withdrawal. Withdrawal from the activities and commitment to the pursuit of knowledge. So now Arjuna is asking, between these two lifestyles, the lifestyle of a sannyasi, renunciation, and lifestyle of a karma yogi, between these two, which one is better? Whichever is better, I would like to follow that. So that's what he says. Hey Krishna, he is addressing, O Krishna. The word Krishna has got several meanings. One Vedantic meaning is Krushir Bhuvachaka Shabda. Krishna. In that Krish is there, it is revealing the existence. Satchidananda, that Sat is revealed by the Krish. And Na is revealing Ananda. So Krishna means Sadananda Swarupaha. So Paramatma, who is of the nature of existence and fullness, is called Krishna. And another meaning, devotee, the context of devotees, the meaning of Krishna is one who removes the dukkha of the devotees, karshati, one who removes the dukkha of the devotees is called Krishna. So both meanings are there, mainly the second. Hey Krishna, karmanam sannyasam shamsasi. Shamsasi means you are talking about sannyasam, the renunciation of action. You are talking about renunciation of action by talking about the person Shariram kevalam karma kurvannapnoti kilbisham. Bhagavan talked about in the 4th chapter, where he glorified that sannyasi. And punaha, and again, yogam, the performance of action, shamsasi, you are talking about. So you are talking about the renunciation of karma and you are talking about the performance of action. Then, yat etayoho ekam shreyaha. One thing which is yat means which is shreyaha, better, superior. Etayoho, of these two. Whichever one thing which is superior between these two, tanme bruhi. May you talk to me about that. And don't say ye bhi theek hai, wo bhi theek hai, this also okay, that also okay. Don't say like this. Some people are like this. You whatever is, ye bhi theek hai, that also okay. Shall I go to this place? It's very good, go. But I was told there are some problems. Yeah, there are problems when you don't go. So what is this? So he said, Bhagavan, you don't do that. Sunishitam. You tell me in a very ascertained manner. So give me consultancy, give me consultation in a very ascertained manner. Otherwise, no use. If you go to the doctor and say, you can take medicine, you did not take medicine. So what will you do? You go to the doctor and he keeps you still guessing. That process sunishchita. So here Arjuna wants to know one which is Shreyaha. Shreyaha means that which is leading to moksha. Arjuna had already told, Yat Shreyasyat Nishitam Bruhi, whatever is good for moksha, you please tell me. Now also he is telling, you tell me what will lead me to moksha. I want to do what is the best. I want to follow the lifestyle which is the best. Everybody wants to do the best. So you tell me what is the best for me in a very clear terms. So Arjuna is requesting, should I take sannyasa or should I continue in grihastha? The simple meaning is that. Should I take sannyasa, go to Rishikesh, or I should continue in this battlefield? Arjuna's heart was that Bhagavan will say, if you want to take sannyasa, you can take sannyasa. He wanted to hear that. Bhagavan doesn't tell that. So what Arjuna wanted because of his mental weakness, that Bhagavan doesn't agree. And in fact, our well-wisher should be that only, who doesn't do something what we like. Our well-wisher should be the one who suggests something what is good for us. Doctor, who is a good doctor? Good doctor is the one who suggests the medicine which is good for the patient, not the medicine which patient likes. Patient likes only cough syrup. So, but for everything cough syrup, he has got fever, cough syrup will not be useful. No, doctor, last time you gave me this medicine. You give me, you are such a good doctor, so you give me this. No. So, your well-wisher should tell you something which is good for you. Even though it sounds bitter, but it is good for you. In fact, that is your real well-wisher. One who keeps on telling something which you like to hear is not your real well-wisher. Your real well-wisher is the one, even if you don't like, you resist, you cry, still you say, no, that is good for you. That is your real well-wisher. You should listen to that person. Not the one who is buttering you, oh, you are good, you are wonderful, oh, what you have decided is always right. If somebody says like this, that is not your well-wisher. So, he is telling Bhagavan, you tell me what is good for me. And that Bhagavan, in the next sloka, Bhagavan is telling what is good for Arjuna. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha संन्यासः कर्मयोगश्च निःश्रेयसकरावुभौ तयोस्तु कर्मसन्न्यासात् कर्मयोगो विशिष्यते. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Shri Bhagavan told, gave the answer. So when any question is sincerely asked, then it will be responded, will be answered. And to understand Bhagavan's answer, we have to understand certain points related to sannyasa. To begin with, there are two types of sannyasa. One is called Jnana Karma Sannyasa, otherwise called Vidvat Sannyasa. So renunciation of action based on wisdom, which was talked about in the 4th chapter. Karmanya karma yak pashyeda karmani cha karmayaha, means seeing the Atma to be akarta, actionless. By that vision you remain free from action. That is called Jnana Karma Sannyasa, otherwise called Vidvat Sannyasa. Why is it called Vidvat Sannyasa? Vidvat means a wise person. So it is a sannyasa of a wise person, renunciation of a wise person. So wise person physically may be active, but he remains free from action. That is Vidvat Sannyasa. Second sannyasa is called Ashrama Sannyasa. Ashrama Sannyasa means renunciation in the form of a particular lifestyle, particular stage of life, which is called formal sannyasa. What we have taken, that is a formal sannyasa. For the purpose of jnanam or for the purpose of strengthening the jnanam, knowledge of the self, the sannyasa which is taken is called ashrama sannyasa, which is characterized by renunciation of all duties, renunciation of all these what is called provoking bhogas, and renunciation of the all possessions. The sannyasi is not really supposed to have any possession. If you say, Swamiji, this sannyasi has got 2 crores in his bank, it is not a credit. It is not you are glorifying sannyasi. Sannyasi is having big bank balance, he is not a credit. If you say this Swamiji doesn't have anything, no single pie he has, that is his greatness. So sannyasa means this possession is not there. And relationship. This is my brother. It is common in South India and everywhere it happens. That he is the head of the ashram, he makes his nephew or somebody as the head of the ashram. It's very common. So relationship should not be there afterwards. He should look upon everybody as the same manner. All are manifestation of same Ishvara. All are my brothers and sisters. That should be the attitude. Not that this is my brother, this is my sister, this is all this. That is not sannyasi spirit. But this ashrama sannyasa. And ashrama sannyasa, you are exempted from the worldly duties, means you don't have to take care of your brother, sister, etc., son, husband, wife, nobody. And you don't expect from anything from anybody. It should be 2 ways. I don't have duty and nobody has got any duty towards me. It is not that I don't have duty towards my parents, but my children should take care of me. That's not correct. If you don't have the duty towards your parents, you have no right to ask for anything from your children. Double standard should not be there. So sannyasi means he doesn't have duty, he is exempted from all duties, and he doesn't expect, he doesn't claim any right over anything. Sannyasi should not inherit any property from his father or Purvashram father and all this. People do that, but according to tradition, Sannyasi cannot inherit. He cannot become the nominee of some bank account and all this. He should not. People may keep that person nominee, that's a different thing. Sannyasi, he doesn't have any right over anything. No right. That I have taken sannyasa, all of you should take care of me. That is not a spirit of sannyasi. Sannyasi should not take sannyasa expecting that the people will take care. Sannyasi too should take sannyasa expecting Bhagavan will take care. That is sannyasa. Hey, I am taking sannyasa, but will you take care of me or not? If you take care, I will go. Sometimes I am jumping in this river, but you please keep the rope in your hand, so by chance I am drowning. And that is not sannyasa. Because Swamiji nicely says, sannyasa is the one who is ready to come under the sky. Means nothing is there, is ready. That is sannyasi. Things may come and he may use is a different thing. That also minimum. But sannyasa is this. So people nowadays take sannyasa. Why? Because it looks very nice. Really speaking, nowadays people don't do this Vedic karma. Where is the question of sannyasa? See, sannyasa is mainly for getting exemption from the Vedic karma. Now, of course, Laukika karma. But nowadays people don't do it. What is there to renounce? And therefore, sannyasa is only for getting more time and conducive mind, conducive setup for the pursuit of jnanam and moksha. That is called ashrama sannyasa. It is not done to get more recognition. People say that, see, nowadays, I am only a brahmachari and therefore people don't recognize me. After sannyasa, I will make an ashram. And that is not spirit of sannyasa. Sannyasa is not taken for making ashram. People think like this, that nowadays people don't contribute. When I become sannyasi, people will contribute. That is not spirit of sannyasa. Sannyasa means it is meant for getting more time and conducive mind. That is called ashrama sannyasa, formal sannyasa. And between this jnana karma sannyasa, vidvat sannyasa and ashrama sannyasa, there is no comparison. Why? Vidvat sannyasa is the goal of this ashrama sannyasa. Ashrama sannyasa is taken for vidvat sannyasa. So vidvat sannyasa, ashrama sannyasa, there is no option because one is the end, other is the means. So between means and end there is no comparison. But there can be a comparison between this ashrama sannyasa and karma yoga. Because both of them are the lifestyles meant for moksha. It's like remaining at home, you prepare for the exam, pass the exam, get the degree. Or remaining in hostel, in a secluded place, you prepare and get the degree. Both are meant for getting the degree. Similarly, sannyasa is also meant for moksha, karma yoga also is finally meant for moksha. So both the lifestyles are okay depending upon the background of the person. Like somebody will study well when nobody is there around. Some person will study well only when people are there. Somebody should be there to remind. So whether you should stay alone for better preparation or you should stay with others to prepare well. It depends upon your temperament, your background. Some people, they require reminder. A little bit nudging required. Then only they will do it. And some people, they say, I don't require it. In fact, I study well when nobody is there. So, depending upon one's mental status, one should decide whether ashrama sannyasa, the formal sannyasa, renunciation of action is good, or this karma yoga is good. Now, Which one is better? One answer we gave, it depends upon the background of the person. And another answer is, from the standpoint of conduciveness for the pursuit of knowledge, sannyasa is better. Because when you have sannyasa and you are qualified to take sannyasa, then you will have more time for pursuit of knowledge. Therefore, in terms of conduciveness for getting knowledge, sannyasa is definitely better, provided you are prepared. So for a prepared person, sannyasa is better in terms of preparedness. Compared to karma yoga, it is better. But for preparation, if you want to get preparation for getting knowledge, for preparation, karma yoga is better. Because in sannyasa lifestyle, duties are not there. And therefore, this certain refinement which happens by doing the duty, that doesn't happen in sannyasa. Therefore, many people who have taken sannyasa at very early age without preparation, their nature is, temperament is very short temper, very roughness in behavior. Because that refinement that should happen by karma has not happened. He may be carefree, but there is no readiness to adjust, no readiness to accommodate. So very short temper. Because they did not get the opportunity for refinement through karma yoga. Whereas a person is leading the life of karma yoga, a grihastha-ashrama, then lot of rubbing happens. And when rubbing happens, you know that smoothness comes. When two are rubbed properly, then this person learns to adjust, person learns to share, expand. Otherwise, person is highly self-centered. So karma yoga, grihastha-ashrama life helps the person to prepare. So from the standpoint of preparation, karma yoga is better than sannyasa. If you are not prepared and you need to prepare, then karma yoga is better than sannyasa. If you are prepared, then in terms of conduciveness, sannyasa is better. Like I said, somebody is self-motivated. Then studying alone, remaining in hostel, taking a separate room and studying is better. But somebody is not having self-motivation, he needs to be reminded, then staying at home and preparing is better. So whether having exclusive accommodation or staying with family members for getting this degree or preparing for exam, which one is better? It depends upon this preparedness of the person. So sannyasa is good if you are prepared. Then for conduciveness, it is certainly good. But if you are not prepared, then karma yoga is better. And if you have a doubt, Swamiji, I am not sure whether I am prepared or not, but I like sannyasa. I am not sure, but nice sannyasa, nice. But perhaps, karma yoga also may be required. If you have a doubt, then what should you do? Karma yoga is better. Why? Because sannyasa is a one-way traffic. Sannyasa you enter, you cannot come back. Swamiji, I got married before I was sannyasi. So that is not correct. Sannyasi should not come back to grihastha-ashrama. Reverse you cannot take. In one-way traffic, reverse is not allowed. You cannot take U-turn. So here U-turn is not allowed. Sannyasa means you go, means till the end you remain sannyasi. Next janma you can become grihastha, no problem. But in this janma, you are not supposed to come back. That is why when you enter into one-way traffic, you should be very careful. If you have doubt, don't enter. Go to some two-way traffic so that in case you have to come back, you can come back. So if you are in grihastha-ashrama little longer, no problem. Anytime you can go to sannyasa. From grihastha you can go to sannyasa. From sannyasa you cannot come back to grihastha. Therefore, if you have a doubt, don't take sannyasa. Never ask this question to Swamiji. Swamiji, I am doubtful whether it's sannyasa, karma yoga, sannyasa, karma yoga. Answer is fixed. What? Karma yoga. Very safe. So between the risky advantageous path and safe path, you should take safe path in the pursuit. In this pursuit, in business perhaps you can take risk, but here safety first. Because if you are not prepared and take sannyasa, chances are there of a spiritual fall. And therefore, it is said, Bhagavan is telling Arjuna, even though sannyasa and karma yoga both are going to lead to moksha, but for a person like you, a majority of are like you, therefore I am telling karma yoga is better. So Bhagavan is clearly telling. So far he said that also okay, that also okay. Now he is clearly telling Arjuna, karma yoga vishishyate. Karma yoga is better than karma sannyasa. More details you see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Dachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnami Avashishyate